Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and in this video I'm going to share my tips on how to change the emotional state. As you well know, I'm a Reiki master, NLP master, so I do have some tricks that can help you to change your emotional state. And why I decided to share my tips, I mean, who cares really what I'm doing? It's because it's really a very popular question, popular demand. It seems like a lot of people are asking how to change the environment, how to change the emotional state. Now, we all are influenced by different, some people are influenced by the outside world, some people are influenced by inside their own personal world, but we do have emotions, and those emotions fluctuate. Now me, I have a lot of energy of water in me. People energy of water, people energy of air fluctuate in their moods, in their emotions, in anything like that. So especially people energy of water. Water could be calm one day and then absolutely wild the next day. So as a person whose emotions are changing every 2-3 days, I understand the pain. I understand how hard it is sometimes to change the emotions and to make sure that those emotions stay where you want them to be. Now, if you are a woman, you are influenced by the moon. Men are influenced by the sun, women are influenced by the moon. The sun stays in one sign a month. A moon changes her path, every sign, like every 2-3 days. So that's why women usually their emotional state is changing more often. Now, men are influenced by the sun. Obviously, they're influenced by the moon as well, but not as much. So men's attitude and emotions are usually changed every month or so. Like, you can notice that men are more active in summer and less active in winter. Why? Because in winter the days are smaller and the nights are longer. Now, if you have a lot of feminine planets in you will be more emotional, and your emotions will be changing based on the planets, based on the moon, on the position of the moon. If you have a lot of water, whether you are a man or a woman, your emotions will be changing with the moon, which is normal. It's okay. I mean, as long as you know how to regulate your emotions and how to use it to your advantage. Now my emotions are changing too, because my ascendant is in Cancer, my moon is in Pisces, my sun is in Scorpio, and I have a whole bunch of Scorpio planets too. So I have a lot of water in me, and my emotions fluctuate. Plus, since I'm a Reiki master, I'm influenced by the outside world. So if my neighbors will start fighting or something, that would affect me. I would have to do something to affect them to regulate the atmosphere in this building, in this energy space. Now, if there are some kind of world events, obviously they would influence too, because I'm influenced by the subconscious, by the outside consciousness. So it is crucial for me to neutralize myself and to regulate my emotional state. And I will share with you the tips that I use myself right now. They were changing throughout the years. I had different kind of different tricks, different tips, different exercises that I did to regulate my emotional state. These are the ones that I'm using now, these days. And I hope they will be useful to you, because they seem to be popular these days. All right, so let's talk more actions. Let me start. So the first one that I do to regulate my emotions, I find the reason. So this is not really, I need to find the reason why I am, like, what is upsetting me right now, what is upsetting my emotions. For example, if something is changing, if I'm traveling, if I'm changing my place of living, then maybe I need grounding, maybe I feel not secure. Or if, for example, if it's outside world, some kind of events, something is happening and everybody is panicking, then it's an outside influence and I need to find out what to do with that. Mostly it's something that's happening outside, and all I need to do is balance the inside. So all the actions will be from there. The first thing that I do to regulate my emotions is gratitude. This is not something new, but something that I've been doing for a while. Sometimes I do gratitude every day, sometimes I don't do it for like few months, but it really pushes me into the right state of mind. So how do I do it? I basically just inside myself, I would sit and I would be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, just for nothing, just thank you. I will just repeat thank you, and that's it. I feel grateful for myself, for my body. Sometimes when I need to, I basically say thank you for my fingers, or thank you for my nose, or something like that. So I'm really, really grateful to my body. I don't go too far. Like, I'm not saying, oh, thank you for this beautiful city or for this beautiful apartment. I'm thanking something that's closer to home, so to say. Gratitude, it's up to you how you're going to do it. You can write down, reread it. I don't do that no more, but I used to, and it does really help. Why does it help? Because it brings me back to my body. So, and the gratitude is really raises the right emotions. Whatever is happening outside, at least I'm grateful for whatever is inside. It's really, really helpful. That's why I put gratitude first, because no matter what's happening, as soon as I start with gratitude, I mean, I will calm myself down, no matter what's going on. The second one is I use the energy center. Okay, so there are main energy centers, 7 of them, and I hope you watch the videos about them. And then there is energy centers that are not as super popular. Like, we have energy centers on the palms of our hands, our arms. I mean, you know that I never touch nobody with my hands because I work with them. I do energy alignments, I do healing if I need to, so I never touch. But we have energy centers right here, and then we have the same on the on our feet. We have some in like a little bit over here. We have so we have energy centers all over our bodies. We have like 6 feet above our head, 6 feet below our feet. So there are energy centers that are not many energy centers. So there's actually 2 of them. So the heart center has 3, and then the solar plexus one has 3. So the main one in the middle, and then 2 on the side. So the one on the left, I'm not sure what you will see because I think it's mirroring, but the one on the left, the projection of your solar plexus underneath your heart, like this. There is an energetic center. It's called the Tree of Life. If you will activate it, you will see that you will become more optimistic at once. So I use this to bring me back to pleasure. Well, no, not pleasure, but more like optimism. It activates the fire, and the fire that is activated is positive fire, so to say. Try it. I know you probably are not an energy work or nothing like that, but you can do it. It's not that hard. It's just take a practice. So breathe in, and when you breathe out, imagine that you're breathing out right here. Look, the solar plexus is right here, and you're breathing out here. So on the left, like under the ribs, on the left side, you will feel it. You will feel this kind of, like your whole part, this feminine part of solar plexus will light up. So what I do, I basically activate. You can wish something, activate it, and make a wish. So for example, you activate it and you say, I'm buying a lotto ticket and I'm winning $1 million. Thank you for that, I won $1 million, something like that. You need to activate it though. You need to feel it. You need to feel this kind of burning energy center. You need to bring energy in that. So I use that a lot. Why? Because even though we live in a masculine society and we're constantly operating on this masculinity, I mean, most of the time that masculinity is not as bright as we would want it to be. Mostly we do something because we have to do, or because we're obligated to do, or because of some responsibilities. So we're not doing much of the actions because we're receiving pleasure from it. We're doing actions because most of the time, especially as women, we just have to do them. That's all. So when you activate, so usually it's the right side is active. That's why a lot of people have issues with liver, with gallbladder, because we most of the time work on the right side of the solar plexus. Now, if you activate the left side of the solar plexus, you will see how you will want to do actions, but those actions will be out of I want to do it, you see, like that. And I do it often. I don't do it all the time, but I know if I need fast fix, this is that's what I do. I activate the tree of life. You can read about this energetic center. It's not the main one, so you might not find much information, but I'm a Reiki master, you can believe me. So this is the second one, second of my tips that I do. Now the third one, the third tip that I can give you is breathing in love, breathing out gratitude. One thing, when you're doing gratitudes, you're working with your heart chakra. But when you breathe in love, breathe out gratitude, you work with your whole body. It's like your whole body becomes this one cell of love. So what I do, I lay or I sit or I just stand and I imagine that my whole body is one cell and I breathe in love. So I even say inside, love, and then I breathe out gratitude. So gratitude, like this. I imagine my whole body, breathe in love, breathe out gratitude. You can say something else. You can use your language. I use English because I think in English, so English is easier for me. You can use your own language. Just make sure that it's something related to love and gratitude. You can say, I love, I thank you. Like this. I used to say like that. It's something, it's like Ho'oponopono. If you didn't watch that video, please do watch. Maybe I'll put it even in the description of this. So you can say, I love, I thank, or I'm grateful. Come up with something that will help you. I say only love, gratitude. Sometimes I say I'm loved, I'm grateful. Whatever variation will be for you, come up with that. But it has to be something good that you breathe in, something good that you breathe out. That's it. Your mind will start focusing on this too, and everything else will not matter. Your whole body will be relaxed, like a little light, a little somewhat optimistic. You will see. It's a really good practice. I used to fall asleep like this long time ago when I was just opening my heart chakra, just when I was working on my energy. I used to fall asleep like this. I would just lay on the straight and I would just repeat love, gratitude, or I'm loved, I'm grateful, like this. And I would repeat until I fall asleep. And when I would wake up, it still would be running in my mind. So this is very powerful. And I would fall asleep fast because my body is relaxed. Sometimes when I used to wake up like in the middle of the night, a long time ago, now I don't, I would do the same thing. So usually when you wake up in the middle of the night, your cortisol is super high. So you like, you're hot, your heart is racing, you start to worry, the fears are creeping into you. You can do the same thing. So just lay, and whatever there is, you just repeat love, gratitude, and you will see your body will relax, you will go back to sleep. It works like a charm. I did it myself so many times, and a couple of my masculine clients, I actually advise them. I actually have a man client whom I also advise because he's really very, could not come down, he couldn't even sleep. So it works for him as well. So if you're a woman, it will work for you 100%. All right, so this is the third one. The fourth one, what I do to change the emotional state, I watch a movie usually. So I have a list of movies that inspire me. You might not agree with my list, maybe you have your own list, but there is a reason why I watch these particular movies, and I will tell them, I will tell what I watch. Usually it's the movies Limitless, Lucy, Dangerous Beauty, and Memoirs of a Geisha. Why these particular 4 movies? Limitless is because it inspires me. Limitless, the movie, not the series that they made. The movie was Bradley Cooper. Why do I watch it? Because I remind myself that our mind is limitless, really, and I can do anything if I will just get out of the of the negative loop. Why do I watch Lucy? Also, kind of not a very bright movie, but still for the same reason. It gives me. It's like a reminder that your mind is capable of anything, and if you will just collect yourself and put yourself together, control your emotions, your mind can really change almost everything for you. Like it gives me a bigger picture in this world. You see, I can be upset because of the weather or because of, I don't know, something is going on right now, but there is always a bigger picture, and I need to focus on the bigger picture instead of on this little kind of nuisances that don't really affect my life that much, unless I decide that they can affect my life. So that's these two movies. The other two movies, Memoirs of a Geisha and Dangerous Beauty, I love because these are about two strong women that were very focused on what they want to be. They didn't have the choice, and they become successful at what they were doing. I am very feminine, so I'm not as focused as I would want to be at all times. So I like to see those two movies. If you didn't, I inspire you to see them. I encourage you to see them. I really love them. Like, I really love to watch them. I become very, I really love. Some of my clients love movie Kama Sutra. That one about femininity, about how you can use femininity. But I actually act most of the time like them, so I don't really care much for that movie. But if you are not feminine, that movie would be good for you. Maybe it will be inspiring. So these are my movies. Also, sometimes I listen to the music. I listen to classical music. It calms me down very good. Put the headphones, especially if I'm in the company and you can't really avoid the people. I put the headphones for a few minutes, I listen to music, and I calm down. Not calm down, I more like adjust my emotions and my energy within me. Again, because I could be in the company, and the company would influence me whether I want it or not. It's just how it is. So if you are a music lover, maybe it would be better for you to have your own playlist, and just the music that motivates you, the music that kind of moves you. I'm not sure what could be for you. It doesn't really matter. I listen to classical music not because I'm so good. It's just because there are some pieces that I really love, and they really affect me greatly. I do also have some pieces that probably you wouldn't even think I could be listening to something like that, but I do, and sometimes I need to add a little fire. All right, so that's this is the fourth one. The fifth one is I ground myself. Since I have so much water in me, I need to ground myself, especially when the life is changing, when I'm moving, or when I'm meeting new people, or when I'm working with new clients or something. Like, if there is constant changes, I need to ground myself, because if I don't ground myself, I feel very unstable, like lost somewhat even. And the grounding helps me. What do I do with grounding? I sit or I lay, and I basically breathe into my tailbone. Just breathe and breathe and breathe. I almost feel like the backs of my legs and my butt area becomes very warm, filled up with energy. And I just breathe like this for maybe 2 hours. I could watch a movie and keep breathing into that area. And next day I would wake up very, very sure and confident about myself and about my surroundings. It really helps me. This is something I would advise you if you are not open to changes too much. If changes make you worried, make you stressed, like if they influence you, do ground yourself. Now, ideally would be if I could walk barefoot on, let's say, in the park or on the sand, but right now it's a little cold to walk outside barefoot, so I do that. Now, when I'm back in Florida, I just go and I walk on the beach barefoot. That's ideal. Would be perfect, but I do what I can. But grounding is crucial for me, especially when there are changes, or when I come up with some kind of decision and I'm not sure how to proceed with that decision, or I'm worried about the decision. Is it right? Should I do it or should I not? This is what I choose to do. I ground myself, and trust me, the next day, if you do it right, make sure you don't squeeze your energy, make sure it's relaxed. If you do it right, the next morning you will wake up, you will feel very, very secure. You'll feel like you've been in this place for 10 years and you know exactly what to do. And you will sleep very good too. The next one is, I do change a perspective from anything to excitement. So the emotional state usually change. What triggers the change is when we are not, when we don't want to do something, or we think that something that we have to do is not, won't be good. So, I mean, I can't change outside if I change inside. If I will be hating recording these videos, they wouldn't come out nice. Lucky for me, I don't. I'm actually very excited about it. So I love to record the videos, so they usually come out good. If, like, for example, if I would believe that traveling is challenging, then it would be challenging. It would be hard to get the Wi-Fi, or to buy a new SIM card, or change money, or to get a taxi driver or something. But if I believe that traveling is exciting, the traveling will be exciting. And for most of you, I'm sure traveling is exciting. I mean, I don't know one person that would be like, oh, I'm going on vacation and I don't know how it's going to happen. Most of people are like, oh my God, I'm going on vacation, this is so exciting. And usually it goes good because they're so excited. So I change the perspective, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay, so the weather is bad, fine, you know, that's fine. It's a good time to catch up on my scripts, or maybe I can spend time and read the book that I wanted to read for so long, or maybe I can go, instead of walking around, maybe I can sit in some place and enjoy the view from there. So I always change the perspective. Changing the perspective really, really helps you. Now, me, I don't hang out in the past or in the future. If you are one of those people who hangs in the past too long, or in the future, for you, maybe rewriting the situation would be better. So let's imagine you had an unpleasant conversation a week ago. Until now, you're still thinking about that, and you're like, my God, I should have said this, or I should have said that. Rewrite that situation. I used to do it. Rewrite it to imagine that the outcome is the way you want it to be. So, for example, you said whatever you said to the person, but you just assume that the person thinks that it was silly and doesn't take that much that serious. So, doesn't think any worse about you or whatever. I mean, I don't know what kind of outcome you would want. If that is your case, it's not my case. I don't hang in the past or in the future, thankfully. So I only change perspective about the present situation. So if I was supposed to meet with somebody and that person canceled on me, instead of me being like all sad and disappointed, I would be like, oh, okay, perfect. Perfect. I can spend time, make dinner for myself, and just stay at home and watch a movie. Like that. So I basically change the perspective, whatever it is, and you know it is. You know when you're feeling like a little somewhat sad, a little you're not sure, like you just don't know what's going on. Just track your thoughts, and you will find out why you're feeling down. Like what is the issue? Maybe you have to go to work today, and you're like, change the perspective. I mean, maybe maybe you can do something else. Maybe you can imagine that you will see your colleagues, or maybe you can go to a coffee shop. Like I think the last video I was telling that when I used to work, I had like this 4 coffee shops strategically placed, and no matter where will I be coming from, I can stop in either one of them. So for me, it was exciting. Now, changing perspective is crucial. It's very, very important. For me, it works wonders. So, for example, if you are influenced by the news, like I have a friend, she's truly influenced by the news. If there is some kind of disturbance in some country, she's like all stressed and worried. I mean, we could not change what's going on in the world like on that scale. Now I can change what's going on inside of me, and hopefully the world will calm down. If every woman would be feeling pleasure, we would be able to neutralize the masculinity around us. But because not everybody is like this, that's what's happening. But what I can do, I can give myself peace. I can at least somehow tell myself something like, well, let's hope this is for the better. At least I'm not there, or something. So the perspective needs to be changed on whatever influences, on whatever affects me at this moment. The next one is I review my accomplishments. I told you already, I write the accomplishments. I don't do it all the time, but I try to. So I have a plan for every month, every lunar month I have a plan. And usually I note what I did. So for example, if my plan is to make this amount of money, or my plan is to record this many videos, or go on this many dates, so I'm not sure, to work out this many days, something, I usually put some kind of markings that I did, and that helps me to keep the focus on the right thing. So sometimes maybe you wake up and you're like, the month is almost over and I haven't done nothing, or the year is almost over and I didn't do. That's only an illusion. We do really a lot. We just don't give ourselves credit because we believe we should do more than that we did. Really, the focus should be on what we did. So I open my accomplishments and I just look through them and I feel great. I didn't waste the whole month. The last 2 days maybe were a little wasteful, but it doesn't mean that the whole month went to waste. Or I also review my incomes. I like to do that. I also review like my progress in whatever I'm doing right now. So I love to do that because it gives the perspective on the bigger picture, that I'm not, that maybe this last couple days, like for example, if the moon is in Cancer or in Pisces, we become very emotional, very vulnerable, so to say. So if I know that the last couple days were just this vulnerable and emotional, doesn't mean that the whole month was like this. The month was great, probably just because 2 days are not to where I wanted them to be. It doesn't mean that the whole month was not good. So I like to do that. And if you do that, if you're one of my clients, you probably do that. You know that I always say to have a list of accomplishments. I used to do them all the time. I used to do them, and I mention it often. I used to actually had a notebook where I would write accomplishments for every day. Even if I didn't do nothing productive, you would say, I still would write something like, I cooked dinner for myself, amazing, did an order, or I deleted 500 pictures from the vacation that was 5 years ago, or maybe I watched a movie that I wanted to watch a long time ago, or maybe I spoke to somebody from my family that they haven't spoken in a while. So there must be something that you accomplished. Even if you think you didn't do nothing, still you spend time with yourself, you allowed yourself to relax, that's an accomplishment. So I do that, especially if my emotions are fear or worry, anxiety. I show myself, look, you accomplish a lot, give yourself a credit. Don't be hard on yourself. So I do that. I review my accomplishments often. I also relive them. I put here. So how could it be? Like, for example, let's imagine one day I was really busy. I had a good earnings, so to say, or maybe my courses was selling really good, so I had a really good productive day, and I would basically remind myself, how I felt in that particular day, how I felt like on top of the world, how amazing it was. I made so much money or something. Or maybe I had a really good, I went for a walk and I met amazing people, and I just started talking to them, and I felt like, oh my God, amazing people all over the world, and I'm meeting them. This is so great. I have such nice connections, and again I feel so great. So I would relive those moments again and again. Or I'm not sure, when I feel super slender, I also feel a particular way, and I love that feeling. So I would relive that feeling again, especially when there is some days when you're not feeling your best. This is the best kind of remedy for me. So I do review my accomplishments and I relive them again. I relive the moments, I relive those days. And in my life it happens often. I can go to sleep feeling all high and mighty, and then I would wake up, and I remember like a couple months ago I woke up from the noise. So my neighbors, they were fighting. I'm not sure what was the issue, but I heard the screams and shouts, and I guess because I just woke up, I was still like in this half asleep state. I felt a threat, and plus my energy felt the anxiety and the aggression that was coming from I guess around from next apartment. And the whole day was just down. I felt very very down, very threatened, very weak, very vulnerable, and I like it. It was not even 12 hours from me being right here to me being like completely down there. So again, it's all in my head, all in my body. I could have changed it very easy. So reliving the accomplishments, reliving those moments, reliving those days are the best thing. And this is exactly what I did. The day was not going good, and I'm like, what can I do? Yesterday I was so in such a great position. I was flying, I couldn't fall asleep because I was so high, and now I'm so down. It doesn't work like this. So I relived the yesterday, so not yesterday, but the day before, just to return myself to that high state. It was not exactly as high, but close enough. So that's what I do to change my emotional state. And one more thing that I do, I have an ideal day kind of like written down. Again, if you're my client, you probably did it. You probably do have it too. And sometimes I just read through it and I imagine that ideal day. Every one of you should have an idea of your ideal day. Like when you have everything that you want, what will you do? It's not like you're going to walk on clouds. You still will be yourself and you still will be present. Like me, I'm traveling right now. It doesn't mean that I don't live. I still go for runs. I still watch what I eat. I still pay my responsibilities. I still live my life, even though somebody would say, well, you're traveling, you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, I do, but I still live. So you will do the same. Let's imagine you will hit the lotto and you're like filthy rich. It doesn't mean that your life will stop. You still will be going to the gym. You still will be watching what you eat, because you are still a living person, right? And so you should have an ideal day of even when everything is perfect in your life, how are you going to live through that day? You will wake up. What are you going to eat? What are you going to drink? Are you going to go get breakfast? Are you going to make yourself healthy breakfast at home? So I have that ideal day too. I used to wake up and basically just it changes. So I just want to tell you that your ideal day should change. Ideally, you should get to your ideal day, then write a new one, imagine it for a couple months, and then you will get to that, and then again you will have a new ideal date. So I would imagine, I would just imagine, I would just live through this day as it's written down. And as I would do that, I would feel much better. So because I ground again myself into the vision that I want to live in, you see. It is crucial. It's very important to show your mind where we're moving. When your body is panicking, your mind will start being chaotic, doesn't know what to do. Your body is all like, where am I moving? Somebody has to take control, and somebody has to see the bigger picture. Usually your higher conscious self will guide you into the right direction. As you know, you wouldn't be in the negative emotions for too long, but still, before your higher self will kind of interfere, you can do something yourself as well. So that's what I do. I read my ideal day page and I live through that. Now, These are the 7 that I promised, and then I have one more, a bonus one. So if my emotional state is changed by the problem that I could not solve, by some kind of issue, by something that I don't know how to fix, so if there is something, if there is a situation that I am basically just I could not find a solution, this is what I do, and I do it often. I would say this. I would keep repeating to myself, thank you for having this issue solved, just like that. Your mind, you don't even need to specify the issue. If you're feeling agitated like this, like you're anxious, keep repeating to yourself, thank you for having this issue solved, and feel it. So your body will relax at once. Your mind will find the solution. It works for me as magic. Usually if I'm frustrated, and I'm not often frustrated, if you know me, you know I'm all like, if you see me, I'm always like this, like, and you would never even know that I have emotional roller coasters sometimes. Yeah, I do. I just fix them very, very fast. So if I feel like I could not solve something, like I don't see the solution because I'm too in the problem, not outside the problem, I start saying, so I basically go for a walk usually, and I would just repeat. So with every step I would say, thank you for having this issue solved, thank you for having this issue solved. I would walk like this for maybe half an hour. I would repeat it, and then I would just give in. I would be very relaxed, and the issue will be solved within a couple days. It always works. I know how it works. I am programming my mind for the solution, and my mind, when the body is relaxed, my mind starts work. So something will come up. Either somebody will call me, say something, or I will see some kind of clue on the street, or I will, or if it's a problem with the person, then the person will reach out and try to solve something. It always works. It's amazing. So if your emotional state is affected by the problem, but some kind of problem that you don't know how to solve at the moment, not that you know how to solve it, but you don't want to solve it. That's different. But you don't know how to solve it. You don't know what would be the best solution for you and for everybody else. Let your higher self and your mind find the solution. Tell them, thank you for having this issue solved. You basically, when you tell them, thank you for having this issue solved, your mind is like, now I need to solve this issue because I already received the gratitude for solving this. It is important. Like it's really helps me. This is like a little bonus. Again, it won't fix the emotional state if it's like if it's just because the weather is bad. I mean, it's not like it's not the issue. I mean, unless you can go somewhere warm, then yeah, that could be solved. But if you have a job, you have a family, and it's winter, I mean, that can't be really solved. But you can change the perspective. But if it's some kind of issue, some kind of problem, and you broke your head already thinking about it, then use this phrase. It does really work, and work for many people, honestly. All right, so that's it. Again, to sum it up, we all have emotions. People that are more masculine, they don't have that much emotions, but they do have frustrations. They do have anger, and they have to deal with. Their dealings are with their ego. Still, they need to change out of that situation. I mean, you could not be constantly angry or constantly upset with somebody, right? So you still need to work on that. And these are the 7 tips that I do, 7 things that I do to address my emotional state. Especially if you're feminine, your emotional state will change with the moon every 2-3 days. It's normal. So these are what I do. I do gratitudes. That's the first one, and you probably do it. It's easy. I mean, just be grateful for what you have. Repeat to yourself, thank you, and that's it. For the most part, you will be fine. The second one is, I mean, you just need to feel it, though. You could not be just saying thank you if you are not even listening to yourself or hearing. You need to feel it. You can start with, thank you for my health. I mean, that is amazing. thank you for my beautiful hair, or thank you for my cute nose, or beautiful nails, or something like that. The second one, I activate the energetic center, the tree of life. On the left, the projection of your solar plexus underneath your ribs. So you activate it. You can say something. You can wish it. It's a tree of life. So you can basically wish on it something. You can ask for something. This is the second one. The third one I imagine that my whole body is one cell, and I breathe in love, I breathe out gratitude. Whatever will be working for you, but it has to be something in this. You can breathe in pleasure, breathe out love. I mean, up to you, but it has to be something really positive and generic. It can't be I breathe in accomplishments. No, it has to be something connected to the heart chakra. So imagine that your whole body is one cell, and just love, gratitude, like this. You will feel better. The next one is I do like to watch a movie. I have some movies that that motivate me. I also do listen to music, not as often. Usually if I have usually I listen to the music if I am in the company and I could not disassociate myself, and I could not like sit and breathe or something like that. Then I will just put an AirPod and just listen to the music. I ground myself, especially when there are a lot of changes. If you have a lot of air, fire, or water, you should ground yourself too. I ground myself for some time, not 5-10 minutes like usually. I ground myself for 2-3 hours. So I basically breathe and tailbone. I imagine that my breathing is just going through my butt, through the tailbone, and that's it. I just breathe and breathe. Next day I wake up, I feel very secure. The next one is I change the perspective at the present moment, on the present moment. So if there is something that I don't like in the present moment, I'll just change the perspective. I know that being angry with something will not solve it. So instead of being angry, I just change the perspective to exciting. So it has to be somewhat exciting. And the next one, I review my accomplishments and I relive them. I understand that today maybe is only a bad day. It doesn't mean that it's the whole week is bad or the whole month is bad. Even it's not the whole day is bad. Usually it's a couple hours that are somewhat unpleasant. So I basically just go through my notes and I'm like, okay, so yesterday was an amazing day. Yesterday I did this and I felt really great. And I just stay in that feeling of yesterday, and I recreate that accomplishment, that feeling of the accomplishment. And I do read my ideal day, and I live through that ideal day. If I feel especially lost and I'm not sure what to do any particular day, and I feel like I have no plan, I'm just lost, I will just imagine that I live my ideal day, and something will come up. You will be surprised. And the last, the bonus is, if you have a problem that you don't know how to solve, if you just constantly thinking about it and you like overwhelmed with that problem, you don't know what to do with yourself, you don't know how to solve it, you are not sure how to solve it, so it will be good for everybody. Just basically allow your mind and your higher self to solve it for you. Keep repeating, thank you for having this issue solved. Even if you don't know what the problem is, but something is bugging you, just keep repeating, thank you for having this issue solved, thank you for having this issue solved, and it will be solved. I have been doing it for years. I have been doing it. I remember the first time my mentor told me about this phrase, and I did it for my client in my finance career. I basically didn't know what to do with this client. I really wanted to get rid of him because he was very frustrating, and he was I felt like it would be better for him to leave the institution and to be just to be represented by somebody else, and I just didn't know what to do. I mean, I had it with him, and I didn't know how to fix the situation. So I was just basically walking around, and I'm like, why I was frustrated, because I was supposed to have an appointment with him, and I knew it would not be happy one. So I was just walking around, I'm like, thank you for having this issue solved, thank you for having this issue solved. And to my surprise, the guy came in, it was the COVID time, and he just proclaimed that they are going to move, the whole family is moving out of state to a different state, so he wanted to close all his accounts and he will transfer everything. My God, I was like, I didn't want to show him how happy I was. I just told him, my God, I'm so excited for you and for your family, but ideally I was just so happy. And at that moment I knew it worked. You see, it was sold without me even doing anything. I'm not sure how he's doing in the other place. I mean, obviously he took all his finances, so he transferred them all there, but I'm sure he's doing great. And he did even call me a couple of times, and he's like, oh my God, you were my best financial representative. So I think he appreciated me. So what I want to say, it does work, and if you want to try it. If not, well, no, try it. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, please do ask. Again, these are my steps to changing the emotional state fast. I have another video on the change the emotional state fast. I think that's the name. I will put it too. Those steps are different. Again, these are mine. This is what I do. I wouldn't recommend the steps for everybody because they might not work. Like, for example, the perspective. Some people are hanging in their past too long. Depending on your situation, your solutions will be different, but you might find something useful for yourself. Maybe you will take some of them and you will use. Even throughout my development, through my life, I didn't use all of this. I used other practices. But I like these ones now. They work for me now. Who knows? Maybe in half a year I'll be using something else. So, who knows? What I want to say is that I do hope they are useful for you. If you know anybody who struggles with their emotions, doesn't know how to get themselves out of depression or any kind of state, please do send it to them. I mean, let's help each other. Let's motivate each other. Please do comment, please like, please follow me for more videos. I do really appreciate it very much. I appreciate when you send it to other people. It helps me to grow, and it hopefully helps them. And if you have questions, do ask me. That's it. Enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody. Enjoy your day.